Game one of conference playoff hoops on a Tuesday night. KC destroys, dominates, and puts their foot on the throat of Minnesota. We're going to get into it all now. My name is Shlomo Stark.
My name is Levi Jacob.
And this is the NBA Daily Recap in 15 minutes or less. Levi, you must be delighted. 114-88 victory. Let's start here because I think that my thoughts on this game are very similar to what I'm seeing media speak about. So I would love to get your thoughts as a Thunder fan. As I was watching this game and I got to watch it live, meaning on my phone live. I was not in Oklahoma City. But as I was watching this game live, the first half I was like, wow, Julius Randle's amazing. Then the Thunder kind of figured him out in the second half. But then in the second half, what I was saying is, wow, like it really makes sense. And let me finish this because I'm going to bring it home. It really makes sense that I don't think SGA is the MVP because look how well his team is doing without him on the floor. And there were just moments where without him, they were phenomenal. And there's just no, you take the top 5 in MVP, or top 4, I guess, maybe, but like Giannis and Jokic for sure, you remove them from their teams and it's night and day. Whereas the Thunder just look great. They're so deep and so good defensively. And I was like, wow, like this team doesn't need SGA. But then I looked, that was the eye test. And I also felt like he was missing every shot. And then I looked at the box score, and he's by far the team's best player. He played 37 minutes, which was by far the most. He had 31 points, by far the most. 11 of 14 from the line. He was a plus 22 plus minus, by far also the most. The only thing was, which I mentioned, he just was terrible at shooting. He had a bad shooting night. He was 10 of 27. So the eye test is telling me the team doesn't need him. The box score is telling me this guy should win conference finals MVP. So as a Thunder fan, someone who follows this team more closely than me, someone who, if he had a vote, would vote SGA for MVP. Give me your SGA thoughts.
So I'll tell you, I think that you see this with a lot of successful NBA teams. The key that SGA actually does provide, despite bad shooting percentage, is that he's able to put points on the board. You need that throughout an NBA game. Even if it's points incrementally here and there, TikTok things, the Timberwolves would have been around more in this game if Anthony Edwards was able to do that. He ended with 18 points. The shots that he was taking, you don't have that same player who's able to really maintain the steady scoring. That being said, with SGA, it's also timely buckets. A lot of the scoring that he did have where there was some difficult, again, despite what people say about the officiating in regards to SGA and the playoffs and whatever, all this stuff, there were some really difficult and ones that he did score in that game.
Really nice. I love those. I thought those were so cool. He oh, they fouled me out. Let me just bang this in. It was so cool.
He's a very, very good basketball player. The flip side of the argument
is anyone disputing that? Is anyone SGA is not a very, very good basketball player?
I think in regards to the overrated nature of what people are calling him, people are saying oh, he's just he scores exclusively in trying to get fouls. No, he's a very good finisher also. It isn't just foul shots that perpetuate his success. But in regards to the MVP thing, I think this is also, it's part of the conversation that we had before, which is I think that there is something to be said for what the MVP award has been reduced to is which guy is so successful that when he's not on the floor, his team sucks. From that standpoint, Jason Tatum should not be in the MVP conversation ever. You know what I'm saying? Just because a player's team is good does not mean that he's not good. I think it actually speaks counter to that, which is if your team is able to excel without you on the floor and you just add that much more punch, you're able to excel while still having a team that is the 68, 67 win team, whatever. I think that also speaks to the case of you being the best player.
I like it. Okay, that's fair.
Do you want to assess the game a little?
So, yeah, I have more to talk about this game. Is Alex Caruso the best defender in the league?
Dude, this is what I said before. It makes me think of Tony Allen. He's able to, with Julius Randle, Lou Dort and him both did this. They have these really stable bases. So that means that whenever the player is able to get to their spots. The big men that they're guarding is able to get to their spots. They like front them just enough to just get them enough off balance. Julius Randle had a good, at least first half, if not game, right?
No case on Wallace, like whatever. And then in the second half, they just adjusted and he
Well, there was
really got
to be clear, it was after the first quarter when they forced 7 turnovers off of like they were luring him in to pass inside like on the low post, and they were just picking them off left and right. OKC, like it was literally in the first quarter they had 7 turnovers off of like mostly steals. It was awesome. So I think that like he adjusted his game, and then OKC was like, okay, so now we can play. It's exactly what I mentioned before, which is it made me think of the fact that this team, like this is exactly what Julius Randle doesn't want to go up against, which is length and size. And that's exactly what Chet is as a young player. Like those 15 points from Chet looked just as valuable as they were.
Chet was great. He was great defensively. He was great in the paint.
Julius Randle played 20 minutes. Julius Randle played 20 minutes. Sorry, not Julius Randle. Sorry, Rudy Gobert played 20 minutes. He couldn't stay on the court against them, and Jaden McDaniels fouled out.
I think it was not Sean Fantasy. What's his name? I think Shea Serrano. Shea Serrano had a tweet that was so funny. He goes, Rudy Gobert is the only player I've ever seen that makes being 7 feet look like a disadvantage.
Like, but actually, yeah, 100%. Meaning, how do you have the closeout game that you had against the Lakers and then do this? It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't, and I know it's I saw a bunch of people like mirroring that thought, but like seriously, like if this is the rate of play at which the Timberwolves can play, I don't want to be like it's just one game, but I don't think they have a chance in this series.
No, we've seen that Gobert does this, where he has good games and bad games.
No, what I'm saying in totality, like I think the Thunder had such a good scheme defense going on.
Yeah,
like
I think the Thunder were phenomenal. I don't think the series is over.
No, I also don't. But I'm saying if this is like it tells that there's a method for the success of which the Timberwolves can't.
Meaning, I love when I'm right with my predictions, but the way the Thunder are going to win is by blowing them out.
But I'll tell you, this is actually I thought about that as I was watching it, and I wanted to refute that point. Through the third quarter, they were only down 10 points. OKC is stuck in the
fourth quarter.
Yeah, I'm
talking about clutch time. Clutch time is 5 minutes left when you're up and down 5. That's what I'm talking about.
But I'm saying if they're neck and neck throughout the whole game, and then they get to the fourth quarter.
Okay, talking about that. Right, I'm talking about clutch time. When there's a definition of clutch. The definition of clutch is 5 minutes left when the game is within 5 points. I think Minnesota will win that every time. I think OKC's recipe is to be nowhere near there, which is exactly what they did tonight. The third quarter was close, and then they broke away in the fourth quarter, which is exactly what they have to do. They were great. They were hitting their shots. They were playing great defense, and it was exactly what I expected it to look like. What I don't expect is for this to happen for 3 more games.
Yeah.
Others might. I don't expect 4 games like this. It would be really, really amazing if they were able to do that. I'm expecting some closer games, and I don't expect OKC to win those close games, but I would love to be proven wrong.
Yeah, I think the Timberwolves also, their physicality is a big advantage. Like they have a lot of guys who are like more compact, quick guys, but also very physical. Like Naz Reid, for example, only had 4 points tonight. He's a very good player. I don't expect that to happen again. With Julius Randle as well, I think that they were like a little bit shocked while watching this game. I think that like they're going to be better at drawing fouls, at keeping the games closer throughout the rest of the series. But I think that like as it stands now, and I know even based on seeding is how it works, but I really think that like the Timberwolves are the ones who have to show me that they have something else going in order for me to feel like it's going to be more of a series.
Correct. And Anthony Edwards had in the post game conference, he had the like LeBron face after game 4 in 2016, and game 6 in 2012, where he's just like, I'm really, really mad about this. So let's see what happens. Yeah, it's gonna be a really close game, but the Knicks are gonna win. They're gonna win on like, there's no way it's not gonna be in the clutch zone, and the Knicks are gonna win. It's gonna be super close, and the guard is gonna be absolutely berserk.
Can I tell you something that's actually I'm happy for the Knicks in this regard. They had the 2 series that went longer. I think that they've had like really tough opponents. The fact that the game 1 is an NSG, I think is huge. Like I think that's
I cannot believe the Knicks have home court advantage in the Eastern Conference Finals. They were
wild. Yeah, and so like it makes it also more impressive to me that they actually really pushed to have that 3 seed. You know, like I really think it's a big deal for them.
I think the bigger one is going to be Game 7 because I really think this is going 7. I think much more important than Game 1 is going to be Game 7 at home is giant. Like, listen, home court advantage is huge. Like, it's a real thing, especially in Madison Square Garden. Um, like I actually I don't know how you felt watching the game. Like the Thunder fans were kind of meh. Like
Okay.
I was like just watching other playoff games and having been at one playoff game, like there was no I don't know, I never I never couldn't there was never a point when the fans were louder than the commentators.
I'll say that for Game 7, it was that way. For Game 7, very loud. So I think it's
Yeah.
just like I think that if people are gonna buy tickets to go to an OKC game or to go to any playoff game, like the games at the end of the series are obviously more expensive because that's when like more of the intensity is happening.
I wonder if Game 1 of the Knicks will be more like OKC or more like Game 7. I have a feeling it's going to be like Game 7 atmosphere in the Garden.
I think it's just MSG with the Knicks being in the Eastern Conference Finals is going to be nuts, you know? Because everybody in New York is trying to be inside MSG right now.
Yeah, it's really expensive. Okay, what's your prediction for the game?
Pacers haven't played since when?
I don't know. A week and a half?
I think Knicks are gonna win. I think it's actually gonna be a close game though. But I think Knicks I think it's gonna come down to the last few minutes.
I think so we were predicting the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. That's always fun for content. So yeah, no, the Knicks, I just looked it up. The Knicks last played Friday night and the Pacers won the Tuesday night before that.
Okay. Yeah, so I think
I haven't played in a week and a day.
So crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's so funny because like the Thunder get like 2 days rest.
And you know the next game is?
It's Thursday night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. No, the Eastern Conference Finals are like they're I was talking about this with someone else. I wonder if he'll be upset that I didn't get my shout outs. I was talking about this with my cousin Isaac. The Eastern Conference, the East and Western Conference Finals, the dates are set in the beginning of the season. So like it's only the second round really where you could have a situation where game 1 of second round will be before game 7 of a first round because they'll just start it right away. But Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals, they're like the dates are set in advance. Okay. That was the NBA Daily Recap in 15 minutes or less. I want to thank you, Levi, for co-hosting, for producing, and for just defending SGA to the death. And I want to thank you, Max, for just being great while I was gone, being so supportive. I'm back in Israel, everyone. You might notice on the video that I'm back. I got better quality video. So it's good to be back in Israel. And I want to thank you for listening.